Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective, and it is a thoughtful Thursday. Thoughtful Thursday for all those who are unfamiliar with you, maybe jumping on for the first time. Um, since the beginning of the year, I have taken a book or hey, Sister Ro, I think you would love this one. I've taken a book or a podcast or webinar or something, typically books, and do a review. I'm looking a little low on YouTube. Oh, Lord. Okay, so this week's Thoughtful Thursday selection is Mule Bone by Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes. And I realized I don't do a lot of fiction. I don't really read a lot of fiction most of the time. But so the reason I chose this one, again, is Mule Bone by two of my favorite authors, Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes, is because of its background. I was first introduced to this years ago, San Diego State. I was in an African American literature class or African American history, and we had to read this. And I remember literally almost getting put out of the library. I was in the library reading it, and it is just hilarious. I will say this: if you do not know how to read dialect, it's going to be difficult. And I don't know if anybody has gone back and put this one in Audible. This was written in 1930 and 1930-31 with the two authors. But the controversy, literary controversy between two of our greats is that it was never completed because the authors had an argument and they fell out. And that's literally what happened. The why behind the controversy is still a little mysterious. But both of their years later, decades later, both of their I guess later on, I don't quote me as to who came together, put it together, but both of the scholars, what is the word? I can't think of the word. Their institutions, for lack of a better word, came together and sort of completed the book. And it has been produced as a stage play right now. It is actually a play. I mean, it's written. Oh, you can't see that. It's written with the script of which character says what. The setting is all planned out for you. But I just wanted to introduce this to you, especially if you like those authors, Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes. Dr. Henry Louis Gates does the prologue for it. Let me say this: Mule Bone, and the subtitle is A Comedy of Negro Life. And Dr. Henry Louis Gates, author, historian, scholar from Harvard, does the introduction and prologue for it. But he calls it a tragedy of Negro life because what they try to do is go back and they take some of Langston Hughes' letters and pieces of his autobiography and some letters from Zora Neale Hurston, and to help us understand what happened between the two scholars and authors. And so I started to say earlier that if I'm not sure if this is on Audible or not, but if you can't read dialect, Southern dialect in particular, it would probably be more frustrating because it's written, like I said, in 1930, and it's set in Eatonville, Florida, which is where Zora Neale Hurston was from, lived and grew up. And so the characters, the setting, the language is all written for that time period using the vernacular that Southern Floridians would have used back then. And again, I speak dialect because I talk dialect. And it's just, it gives such tremendous insight on Negro life, as they say, back in those times. I do want to read one excerpt. Yeah, who is this? Okay. Okay, so this is just this is an introduction. This is not part of the play. Hey, Eric. The millions of Black folk who have endured cruel and dehumanizing situations as they inch their way through the years of slavery and Jim Crow laws to the years of civil rights movement and beyond knew how to use laughter as a tool for regeneration, transformation, and recreation. They left folk tales and family stories, songs and rhymes and toasts and jokes that document their tremendous ability and skill in laughing at very ugly conditions. And so the reason I chose that excerpt just to read before the play actually gets started is because so many people don't recognize why many people laugh in the face of very, very difficult times. And mwah, to you, Eric. Hey, Scoop. And so the author just explains that for generations and generations through very difficult, very tough times, times that were designed to snatch the life out of people, we have used laughter to help us get through that. So laughter in spite of, despite the times. And so these two authors collaborated until they fell out on this hilarious play. I mean, literally, it will make you laugh out loud. And I should have checked. Like I said, I don't know if this was ever reproduced in an audible version because it is a play. It has been reproduced as a play. But just, I mean, I hope this comes out as funny as it really is. Again, this Thursday's Thoughtful Thursday selection is Mule Bone by Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes, 1930, set in Florida. Edenton, Florida, and because it depicts Negro life in the South, there, the setting is all set up for you. They're sitting on a porch in front of the store, a country store that one of the characters owns. Church is a big part of this comedy. They got the Methodists against the Baptists. And okay, so one of the characters says, "Say, Hambo, I didn't see you at our Sunday school picnic." Nope, wasn't there this time. D-I-S, this time. "Look at here, Hambo. Y'all Baptists carry this communion business too far. If a person ain't half drowned in the lake and half eat up by alligators, y'all think he ain't baptized, so you can't take communion with him. Now, I reckon you can't even drink lemonade and eat chicken with us." My Lord, boy, you's just full of words. Now, in the first place, if this year's picnic was like y'all one had last year, you ain't had no lemonade for us Baptists to turn down. You had a big old barrel of rainwater with about a pound of sugar in it and one lemon cut up over the top of it. Man, you sure can mold them. Well, I went to the Baptist picnic with y'all mouth all set to eat chicken, when lo and behold, all y'all had was chitlins. Jesus. Hold on there a minute. There was plenty of the chicken at that picnic, which I do know is right. Only chicken I seen was a half a chicken your pastor must have tried to swallow whole, because he was choked stiff as a board when I come along, with the whole deacon board beating him in the back, trying to knock it out his throat. What you say, Sister Rose? Yes, when we were all together, my mom was making her transition. It's the most heavenly moment. Someone said a joke. Exactly. We use laughter. We use, what we call playing the dozens, and it's a cultural defense mechanism. It's a cultural way to strengthen us and undergird us, and it brings back beautiful memories if you grew up If you couldn't play the dozens, you just need to sit back and sit on the sideline and laugh, and don't laugh too hard because they might come after you. But it's just something that we culturally do. I'm sure other cultures do, but we do it, and have made millions doing it. And so just from that little excerpt, like I said, if you don't read, uh, hey Verna, and I think I saw Tim Brown is watching. Hello, hello. If you find dialect difficult to read, like this THIS is probably nowhere in this book. It's all DIS, this, and scared, 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 SCARED. It's scared. Like scared, don't be scared. SKEERED, scared. So if you don't understand, if you don't have a rhythm for that dialect, it will probably be very difficult to understand. But this is my thought. Oh my goodness, the time is gone again. Okay, let me get out of here. Every Thursday it happens. But I would, it's a funny read. It's a wonderful read. And the background about two phenomenal authors and patriarchs of literature, and why they didn't even complete the play. Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, Mule Bone is this Thursday's Thoughtful Thursday selection. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, take real good care of yourselves. Hello, hello, hello.